UFC Fight Night is this weekend, and these are my best picks for the card. First, we got Nursultan Rozabov versus Cedricus Dumas, and both these fighters are very dominant on the feet, but I would say Nursultan is a little more dominant all around. He is very good on the ground. He is very good on his feet. They both got a kickboxing style, but I would say Cedricus, in my opinion, is a little more skilled on his feet. And he has a phenomenal defense. So if he does go to the ground, he's not toast. I really do like him in this fight. And this is a little bit of a get back fight for him. He's actually has some history with Nursultan's coach. He has lost an MMA fight with him, and I know he's looking to get back at that camp, and I do believe he's going to pull this one off. Next, we got Chris Weidman versus Bruno Silva. Chris Weidman is a UFC legend. He was an absolute animal, and he's a former champ, but he is getting old, and he looked absolutely terrible in his last fight, coming off of that terrible leg injury he had. I just think, I would never completely count him out, but I think if he loses this, there is a good chance he could retire. Bruno Silva, he is a bit inconsistent in his fights, but he has also fought some very good contenders. He has always stayed relatively in most of his fights. I do think he could pull this one off. You can never completely count Chris out, but I do think he is getting old, and there are red flags. I think there is a great chance we could see Chris retiring. Next, we got our co-main event. We got Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley, and both these guys are strikers, heavy hitters. Vicente has been dominating the UFC for a very long time, has taken out some top elite fighters. He is a heavy hitter, but he also is very good at other things. Joaquin, also heavy hitter. He's always put on a show. He has great defense. I think this fight does have potential to be fight of the night. I think it's going to be bloody. I think it's going to be very active. I don't think it's going to be a boring fight at all. And I think Joaquin, he's slowly been climbing his way into the rankings, and if he gets this win over Vicente, he will be ranked. I am going to go with Joaquin Buckley. And for our main event, we got Manon Fiorot versus Erin Blanchfield. Erin has been absolutely dominating since entering the UFC. She has never lost a UFC fight. She's 12-1 all around in her MMA career. She is very good at grappling and getting the submission, but she could also stay in those dog fights. I think she's very skilled. Fiorot is also, she has a similar record, also has not lost a UFC fight. They do have different styles. Fiorot is more of a striker. She very well has that knockout power, and she has great defense as well, so I do think even if she does get taken to the ground, it's not over. I think this is going to be a very good fight. I am going to lean more towards Erin because if she gets her down, then that could be it.